Howdy. Tonight we're going to be playing Mechs vs. Minions, the tutorial mission. In the tutorial, our objective is to destroy these 4 crystals. We can do so by walking onto the crystal or by doing 1 damage to it. You can play with up to 4 mechs. I'm playing with 2. And let's go ahead and walk through how the turns run. We're going to go through the player phase, which is draft cards, play command cards, and then execute your command lines. So let's go through how a draft works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We pull 5 cards, and our first player, Corky, has to pick one of them. Let's see. Attack card, attack card, attack card, turn, turn, move. So this symbol, it's a move. This says, must turn 90 degrees. All diagonal targets suffer 1 damage. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to go with Cyclotron. So that's a card I'm drafting for Corky. Now, the next player, which is Heimerdinger, gets to draft a card. He's going to draft Skewer, which is a movement card. Move forward 1 space. Alright, we're back to Corky. He gets to draft a card. He's going to draft Fuel Tank, which is if about to take damage, instead of drawing a damage card, you may scrap the Fuel Tank card to do star damage to all targets in 1 range. At level 1, you must turn 90 degrees. And my other person's going to pick up Flame Spitter. Now there's 1 card left over. It gets discarded. No matter how many people you're playing with, you keep drafting until there's only 1 card remaining. And then that card gets discarded. So if you're playing 4 players, everybody gets 1 card. If you're playing 3 players, 1 person, whoever the first player is, will get 2 cards, everybody else 1. If you're playing 2 players, or 2 mechs, then each mech gets 2 cards. So now we've completed the first phase of our round, which is drafting. Now I'm going to pick where to place my abilities in my command line. I'm going to place Cyclotron first, and then Fuel Tank here. Well, let's put Fuel Tank down at spot 4. Alright, now let's look at Heimerdinger's command line. His command line, we're going to start with Skewer, which is move forward, and then Flame Spitter at the very end. Alright, so we're done building our command lines. Corky was our first player, so Corky gets to take his actions first. You must turn 90 degrees. Then I bought another one, you must turn 90 degrees, which is kind of silly. So I just turned right back to where I was. But your mechs will do kind of silly things when you first start programming them. Until your lines are finished, they don't behave well. Alright, now we're going to execute Heimerdinger's line. Move forward 1 space. Flame Spitter. Everybody in the area of effect takes, each target in the area of effect takes a damage. The area of effect is here and here. So we have not hurt the crystals. Our turn is done. Heimerdinger's the first one to draft this time. So we're moving into another round. We need 5 cards. Looks like we got 5. Heimerdinger needs some way to turn. So Heimerdinger is going to take Scythe, which is you must turn 90 degrees. 1 target do 1 damage to somebody in range 1. That's pretty awesome because his crystal's in range 1. So he's going to be drafting that. Alright, my other person needs a way to move around. I'm going to go with Omni Stomp. Heimerdinger's already able to move. So he's going to take Skewer. Actually, he's going to let the other person get a move. He's going to take Memory Core, which is pretty cool. During draft, if you are the first player, deal +1 cards. Skewer. Move forward 1 space, or Fuel Tank. I already have Fuel Tank, but it would be nice to power up Fuel Tank to the 2nd level. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up... Actually, I want 2 movements. So I'm going to get Skewer. Now we have to program our lines. I'm going to put my turn at the beginning. So I turn, move. And after I do that, I would like the ability to turn again. So that's Heimerdinger's line. Let's go look at what Corky's going to do to his line before we execute Heimerdinger's line. This is Corky's line. He has to put in a skewer, so he's going to turn, move, actually we're going to slide, move. This looks fun. Omni Stomp is a slide, it's not a turn. So that seems kind of like it would be useful. So he's going to turn, move, move, turn. Let's look at Heimerdinger and how he takes care of his turn. Heimerdinger first does Scythe, which is a rotate. After he rotates, he gets to do 1 damage to anybody in a square around him. We'll do 1 damage to this, and we've killed a crystal. Now we have to do Skewer. Move forward 1 space. Then we have to turn 90 degrees. Then we do Flame Spitter. Flame Spitter at level 1 does, you can tell the cards are, I'll get a card to level 2 later to show you. But it's at level 1, which is 2 in front. So 1, 2, I do 2 damage here. 2 crystals are down. Alright, I think we're doing pretty good on this crystal destruction. Now we have to see what Corky does with his line. First thing he does is he rotates and hurts things that are diagonal, which is great, but there's nothing to hurt. So he has to turn. He will turn this way. Then I Omni Stomp. I move here. So I slide over. And then I move with Skewer 1 forward. I break the crystal, and then I have to turn. Alright. That finishes out the turn. We're on our next drafting round. Alright. We're going to go ahead and Corky is going to buy Blaze. My other guy is going to buy Cyclotron, just because it's awesome. Corky is going to buy another Skewer. And my other guy is going to buy Omni Stomp, because it's amazing. Alright, we're going to show you how Corky's going to do his programming. He'll move some more. And after, you know what? Actually, we're going to turn this into an upgraded slot. So now this is a level 2 slot because I have 2 of the same symbol. If I had put some other symbol on that, it would destroy the cards beneath it and start back at level 1. Then I'm going to put Blaze over here. It's getting a little hard to move those sheets. Alright, this guy's going to go ahead and just fill out his line. So we can see how this upgrade stuff works a little bit better, because he's going to have to either destroy cards or do something, because his line is full. The first person that has to move, though, is Corky, because Corky drafted first. So Corky's going to do Cyclotron. He has to rotate. And then I do damage to the diagonals, which doesn't do anything. Then I can Omni Stomp. I'll move over 1. Then I Skewer, which is move forward 2. Then I Fuel Tank, So I have to rotate. And then I blaze, which is move forward 1, and damage the people on both sides. So I'm just walking around killing stuff that's not there. Heimerdinger starts off with Scythe. I destroy the crystal, so I have to rotate. I rotate this way, and I destroy the crystal. Alright, we have completed that phase of the tutorial. It is now time to move on to the next phase of the tutorial. Kaboom! Oh crap! We knew that highly volatile energy crystals would explode. Oh, who knew that highly volatile energy crystals would explode? That escalated quickly. Don't worry about the rest of the player phase. Let's deal with the escalations. So the mission gets a little harder. Incoming damage. Start with the current first player and deal 1 damage card and follow instructions. Do not move to the next player until you have resolved the first damage card. In order, every player must draw and execute 1 damage. So Corky was our first person. He gets stuck controls. Rotate 90 degrees. So that symbol is slot damage. When we add slots to slot damage, we have to roll to see what slot this falls into. So we need to roll a die, slot 6. So Corky gets that damage on slot 6. It didn't override one of his commands because he didn't have anything in slot 6. Let's see, my other guy also gets stuck controls, but he's going to rotate 180 degrees. So you have to turn around. Let's see which slot that overrides. 3. So we move into slot 3. This destroys my memory core. Well, it doesn't destroy it, it covers it up. So now I have stuck controls. Alright, let's move right into the minion phase. So our players are done when we moved on to the new phase. Locate the minion figures. So anywhere I can put minions. Oh, I didn't even have the minions out yet. So let me get some minions. And I have to put some minions on the field. So I'm just placing these where they told me to. Minion movement. So how we move the minions is we have this little dial here. We roll and we see what color we get. We get green. All minions move to the right if possible. Spawn new minions. So let's go read how spawn new minions work. Minions spawn in different ways in each mission, often on rune spaces. For this tutorial, do not spawn new minions. Skip this step. Alright, minions attack. Minions will do 1 damage to everybody. Oh, forgot to move 1 minion. That guy. To the 4 direction, to neighboring spaces that are adjacent, which are ones that you can access without going diagonally. So this guy has these 4 neighboring locations. None of my minions are actually adjacent to a mech, so the minions have finished moving. Now when we do our drafting, something important to note. We can now start discarding cards to do stuff. So let's see, did I grab too many? I did. I grabbed 1 too many cards. So if you discard a flame or a bolt, you can repair one of your slots. Scrapping electric or computery allows you to reprogram your command line. You can swap 2 undamaged slots. So, our mission objective now is to destroy all these minions. So I probably want to repair these slots. Stuck control seems kind of annoying. I have 2 lightnings, so each person's going to start off by buying a lightning, and now I actually want to buy some other stuff. Each person's going to buy blaze, and we'll leave skewer alone. So Corky went first last time. Heimerdinger goes first this time. I'm going to discard this lightning bolt to repair this slot. So electrical can repair that slot. Now I'm going to put blaze somewhere. I'm going to put it on the same line that has fire. So I've overridden whatever this other fire one was, but now I have blaze that's level 2 because there's 2 fires in that slot. Now let's look at Corky's line. Corky's line suffered some damage. First thing we're going to do is discard speed, which is an electric. That's going to repair our stuck controls. Now we're going to put blaze on top of this other blaze. So now we're doing pretty good. Heimerdinger's our first person to go. So Heimerdinger's going to execute Scythe, which is a rotate. Alright, after he finished that, he moves 1 space forward. Then I can Omni Stomp. I can go any direction I want. So with my Omni Stomp, move 1 forward. Now if you're the first player, that's the memory core. I should have had an extra card, but that's fine. You must rotate 90 degrees. Now I'm going to Omni Stomp. I will move this way, killing a minion. Then I'm going to Cyclotron. I get to rotate. When I do, I get to do damage to a diagonal enemy. To all diagonal enemies. So here, 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 here. After that, I move forward 1. Now Corky gets to go. He uses Cyclotron to rotate. Omni Stomp to move left. Skewer to move forward twice. And this minion goes on this card because he can be used to prevent 1 damage. Fuel Tank, which is a rotate. And then I can Blaze, which will move forward twice. 1, 2. We have finished the player phase. Now the minions have to move. They move blue. Blue is this way. Here, and here, and here. Now we spawn new enemies. We don't spawn during the tutorial. And then we do damage. Corky's going to take 1 damage. He doesn't like that, so he discards his minion to prevent the damage. Heimerdinger is going to take 2 damage, and there's nothing he can do about it. So he's going to take his 2 damage. First one, reorder your command lines. Swap spots 3 and 4. Alright, next damage. Roll the rune die and turn to face that direction. That one's not bad at all. It's red, so I have to turn to face red. Alright, looks like we did pretty awesome. Corky's going to be our first player to go. Corky should have blown the fuel tank. That's what he should have done. But that's fine. Alright, so Corky's drafting. We need 5 cards. Alright, when Corky drafts, he's going to draft another cyclotron. Actually, the person who should draft cyclotron, yeah, he's going to draft flame spitter. My other guy will draft cyclotron, and then he'll draft blaze, and Heimerdinger will draft memory core. Let's figure out how to program these lines. Corky's going to be going first. I need him to kill that guy that's right next to him. So if I rotate up, I can then omni-stop. So he's good. It doesn't matter where I put any of this stuff. Alright, so Corky's going to get a kill. Alright, now this guy has to kill 2 people this turn if I want to end it right now. So how am I going to do that? This scythe lets me rotate and kill 1 guy. So I can go ahead and kill this guy. Then skewer, I walk forward. So I'm perfectly good. So I just got to slot these things. I'm done. And now we're going to go with Corky. So let's see what Corky does. Corky uses cyclotron to rotate 90 degrees. All diagonal units take damage. That doesn't help. But then I omni-stomp. I can go forward, left, or right. I go left, killing the minion. Now I have to finish my line. I walk forward. Doesn't do anything because I'm facing that direction. I have to turn. Then I blaze. I walk forward. Then I flame spitter and can attack things in front of me, which there's nothing to attack. Alright, Heimerdinger. First he does scythe. He has to rotate 90 degrees this way, but when I do, I can kill 1 enemy within 1. So I take this guy out. Then I skewer. I walk forward. I kill this guy, and he goes on my skewer. I can omni-stomp 1 direction. I omni-stomp this way. Memory core. At level 2, turn 90 or 180. So 90. And now I do cyclotron, which is turn 90 or 180. And now cyclotron is upgraded, so it does diagonals that are 1 or 2 away. So I'm going to rotate 180 to tell my friend, hey, we did it! And then I blaze. I walk forward twice. 1, 2. And we have completed the tutorial. Let's just double check. I believe it's completed when all minions are dead. Once all minions are slain, the tutorial is complete. Excellent job, team. You now have a strong foundation of understanding with which to undertake future missions. However, there is so much more in store. You'll face real challenges, crazy objectives, and unlock new features and abilities each mission. In fact, you might be asking, what is this nifty gear tracker, an objective, and what is overdrive? Let's start our first mission. Find and open Operation Short Fuse envelope. We'll be starting that one next time. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and thanks for watching.
I would like to say thank you to the following supporters: